Hello wonderful Skillionaire family. Actually, on the first video, I later noticed the video like no noise, like no sound rather. There is no sound starting from 55 minutes. I have to start this again, and I discussed a lot, but no problem. I will still explain a lot to you guys here. Now, we have already downloaded our virtual box from the website. I told you guys uh, to go and download it on that www.virtualbox, and we have already downloaded our window 10. We download everything. Now we want to start the configuration and everything. Now the first thing we need to do is that when you open your virtual box like this, you made something like this here. And now what we want to do really is that the first thing you click on new. We click on new, and the title, the name we want to give our virtual machine. So for me, you can put any name, you can put your name, but for me, I prefer something like this because it is a code. Now, the next thing you need to do is that after the name, you need to come back to this type. It is Windows 10 64-bit. So we click on Microsoft window like this. And my own PC is Windows 10 64-bit. You need to check that when you search for RAM on your PC. You need to understand that. Now, coming back to this unattended install, you don't have anything to do with that. And also these two, hardware is very, very important. For my own PC, which is 16 gig RAM, you need to know your gig RAM. If your PC is 8 gig RAM, you need to come to some levels, like you can go with like 4 gig RAM is okay, so that your real PC will be using that 4 gig RAM. But for those of you guys that your PC is 4 gig RAM, you go with 2 gig RAM. But for my own PC 16 gig RAM, even if I go with 6, 2048, that is 2 gig. And if you go with 2048 times 3, 2048 times 3, you have 6144. So I prefer this, and I can still go with that 4 gig too, depending on what I want. And now about the processor, my own PC is the processor of this PC, you need to understand the number of processor you have. But for mine, I go with this 4. Make sure you check yours. So I go with 4 CPU. I'm okay with that. And about the hard disk, out of 2 terabytes, out of 2 terabytes, 50 gig or 100 gig storage is okay. But for me, I'm okay with that 50 gig. So 50 gig is okay. So now the next thing you need to do is that you click on finish. When you click on finish like this, now it's not done. We want to bring in our windows. So we click on settings here. After clicking on settings, the next thing we need to do after clicking on settings is for us to go to our storage here. This is our storage. And here you see something on this storage empty. You see on the storage here, you see empty. And on this empty, you see something like disk here, this blue thing. Click on it like this. When you click on it and you click on choose a disk file. So my own window 10 is already, my own window 10. I make sure everything is already on. I make sure everything is on download. So I'm okay with that. So I click on open. Make sure you are following this thing step by step. You know that after doing that, you click on OK. You click on OK. After doing that, you already have it here. So you click on OK, and we want to start our machine. That is the next thing to do. So you can, on it like this, you can click on enter, or you right click on it and click on start. That's the first thing, and you click on normal start. So the system is loading already. The system is loading, and we are trying to know what's really going to happen, guys. So let's wait for it. I want you to stay tuned. I want you to stay tuned with everything here. Just make sure you are patient because it do takes time. It do takes time, guys. So let's get started, guys. You know, we are waiting for it. Oh yeah, answer us. So the window is already loading, guys. So we are waiting. Why did I choose that 6 gig RAM? I don't want lagging. I want everything to be fast. And I go with 4 CPU. You can go with 1, 2 depending. But 1, you can still use 1 CPU. You can use 2 gig RAM. Make sure you understand the power. Make sure you understand the power of your PC, the configuration of your real PC because of this. Now, language to install. Understand this, the account is for USA, English USA. Time and currency also English United States, because USA, if it's Nigerian, if you click here now, you see English of Nigerian, the English Nigerian will be there. You see English worldwide, English Zimbabwe, depending on your country. But for me, this account is USA. Everything is going to be USA. So now we are installing now. This do take time. This do take times, and I want you to understand that. So let's wait for it, guys. Let's wait for it. It do takes time. Now, after clicking on it, you see something here saying activate window. What you need to click on is, I don't have a product key. I don't have at all. Why will I have it? Windows 10 Home or Windows 10 Pro. I prefer, as for me, I prefer Windows 10 Pro. I'm okay with it because I've used a lot of Windows before. I use Windows Home, Windows Premium. So click on accept the terms and condition. Click on custom, click on custom, and they already allocate us 50 gig. We click on next. That's what we really need to do. So the window is already setting up. I want you to stay tuned to that. It's already setting up, guys. We are not going to take a lot of our time, so don't worry. So we are waiting for this. Now I want you to understand something on this aspect of shadow ban. Shadow ban is a secret tools used by Fiverr. They are using it. Why? They are using it so that they know that a lot of victims, it's like a penalty, like the way I see it. They are using it as a strategy to deal with people. Even you are a victim, they're supposed to deal with you, because most of you, your account has been blocked before, even once. If it is once, it has been blocked before by Fiverr. But despite the fact that it is blocked before, you still come back to the platform. Some people have more than one account. You have a lot of accounts, and it's against the terms and conditions. And despite the fact that these people are really trying, you guys are very smart. You are creating account, bypassing, making use of proxy, and creating false gig with keywords that the algorithm doesn't understand and is going to welcome it, because they want new keywords, they want new things. That's why the algorithm is passing you. You bypass it, and after doing that, you really try, but there is a way these people are going to get you. And what way? The ways they are getting you guys is that they make sure they check the system, check your device ID number, also your SIM, ISP. Actually, you have already bypassed the IP, but you forget that the ISP too has a unique IP that these people will know. So they already know that two things. They already know. And also, we call something behavioral pattern. Behavioral pattern is a common way whereby intruders, one thing about intruders, they always have behavioral pattern. If they want to go and if someone wants to go and rob somewhere, You know, he's going to do some survey in the day, do this, do that. Most of you guys, they already know the behavioral pattern of how you create account doesn't change. They know, especially from that ISP, Internet Service Provider IP. They already know that this particular ISP, your MTN IP, your Glo IP, your Airtel IP, they already know how it works. They already know how they already know how it works. They already know how they create this so account. You create this account. The first thing you put is I will create Amala photographic mirroring Begiri. They already know all the strategies you are using. They already know how you do this. The title, the first gig. Normally you bypass it, but that doesn't mean you are over smart. That doesn't mean you are too savvy. They also understand their game very well. And when you now get such done, the behavioral pattern is also going to reveal your side of internal device ID, ISP, IP, behavioral pattern. It's still going to reveal your identity. That's why you are facing this problem. That's why you are facing a lot of problem concerning ranking. You know, it's not supposed to be like that. It's not supposed. Fiverr favor new gig. You know, they favor new gig, and your gig is supposed to be favored. But because of you have been shadow banned, a gig that is shadow banned, account that is shadow banned, there is no progress. So even if you buy 1 million review, it's still going to be lagging. The result is still going to be lagging. At the end of the day, when you use all this strategy, this and that, they will later block you. You know, they are going to later flag your account. They put temporarily disabled. You will just know that I don't do anything. The paper I use is new. Payoneer I use is new. Why does this really happen again? Not knowing that it is your fault, you know. It is your fault. You have been shadow banned. These people are wise. They know what they are doing. And you will be thinking like, okay, if they don't really want me, if they don't really want us, why are still they allowing us? Why are still they allowing us to stay on their platform? Have you forget? You forget that some of you don't know that the amount of Fiverr. Some of you don't know that Google pay websites like Fiverr. They pay them. Yes, is another training. They pay them at the end of the year. You know, Google also spend on ad. So there is a certain amount of money they are giving to a website on Google that, you know, Google hosts most websites aside of dark web. They pay them because there are a lot of traffic. So they are counting you as their normal traffic. You bypassing, using this strategy, using that strategy, you know, you are a good traffic for them. And aside from that, they know that in one way or the other with your this strategy, you are also part of the freelancers that help them. You know, you are helping them. At least you do some job, some buyers will still locate you. You know, Fiverr, they don't have any gig. They don't have any gig on their platform, and they are making money. So you with all your strategy, they know what they are doing. And also some withdrawal disabled, them no go release the money. Same thing as paper. Paper know that you use strategy, you create South Africa, all those ineligible countries, they will not talk. They will be watching. They already know your strategy. You use proxy, you use VPN, you do this, you do that. But when there is a good transactions, you know, when you get a good deals, that is when problem will come. They limit it forever. Some you don't recover the money. Is it the paper that you are unable to even add, the paper that you cannot even include your bank or card to? Is that the one that you wait after 8 days that you will be able to withdraw into bank? It is not possible. Those platforms, they know they are using you. You know, it's just like a lady dating this, dating that, dating this, dating that, dating a lot of guys, so that, you know, if they make them, she make some money from them, this and that. That's why. And once you are not shadow ban, once the problem of shadow ban is solved, once the problem of shadow ban is solved, you don't really have any problems again, especially when it comes to Fiverr. Without review, everything you are doing is going to be going properly. It's going to be doing normally. You don't need to stretch yourself. You don't need to have a lot of problem. But avoiding this shadow ban is not an easy task. Because before you set up the virtual machine, before you set up this, before you had all this, before you do that, it's not an easy thing. That's why they know that not everyone can be so wise to that extent. If not for the research, I did a lot of research for you guys. I did a lot of research. I'm telling you, I really did a lot of research. I work with a lot of accounts. That's when we now reach a conclusion that, these people are still, aside of us staying still without being detected with proxy, we include all our extensions. That we're back to see control, uBlock origin and go straight. These Fiverr people, they are still some things like they do, they still do. They are dictating through some things. That is when we discover that, and we achieve a lot of results so far on those accounts that we apply this strategy to. We achieve a lot, and if I can do it, you too, you can seriously do it. You can seriously do it, guys. So this one is going. We are trying to wait. We are trying to wait. This is 98. In some times now, you will get everything installed, and I have 3 things to explain to you. I already told you guys, like, make sure you have a new SIM. New SIM is very, very important. In the first video, I discussed about it. New SIM is very, very important. You can use your second phone, you can use your Wi-Fi, and you will need a cable to connect things together. So you will be getting things done like that. You won't have any issue. And now, as from today's henceforth, strategy virtual machine, though you can create as many as possible accounts, but make sure there is a huge reason for that, because for you to be managing 3 accounts means you will have 3 SIM. You will have 3 SIM on it for you to be managing like 3 accounts, 3 SIM, and it cannot be very easy. 3 SIM inside 3 different phones or 3 different Wi-Fi. One account is good. Apply the strategy of top-rated traffic stealer to it, and also strategy of VVRO. With this strategy, forget about it. Everything is going to be like fire. Everything is going to be like fire for you guys, and you are going to see a lot of results. And don't forget, guys, I have an exchanging platform that works very well, that treats you better. It's going to treat you guys. Now click on restart now, or you wait for the 4 or 3 seconds, anyone you choose. So this exchanging platform, they are really doing well. They care for you a lot, because if you are having problem with something went wrong with a number, something went wrong. Something went wrong is not a big problem. The problem is the SIM, is the number you are changing to. Fiverr has started rejecting some voice number. Before we make use of Google Voice for Fiverr, before they reject it, now all those voice number that we are using for one-time code, they are not taking them again. And now they want a real USA number. So this exchanging platform is going to guide you. They will guide you with everything. They are going to guide you. They help you with the number, though you are going to pay, but that one is not a money that is very expensive. It's the chicken money, and they exchange for you at high rate. They are high rates. That is the name I give them, high rates. So I will drop their link on the video description, YouTube video description. Patronize them. If you want me to send you their link. Yeah, I will, and I can do that. I can do that for you guys. I can do that. You are going to get that one too. So we are waiting for this getting ready, because the next step now is that it's going to tell us to choose a region, keyboard, and I will setting for personal use organization. You are surprised, like, how did I know this thing? You know, I've already done this many times. I manage people's accounts. I've already done it many times without number. So let's stay tuned. We are waiting for the getting ready. I pray it is very, very, very fast. I pray. So 1 account to 2 account is okay. On your real PC, you know, you already have an account there. If that account is doing well, fine. You can leave it, or if you want more results, you want to remove the shadow ban. But I'm telling you, aside of real people, let me say on Fiverr, real people, let's say they are like less than 10%, because most people are using for, especially Pakistan, they use USA, UK account mostly, all those guys there. But here, you are also here to, but you know, over there, if you are in UK, you are not esteemed, because everything will be pure, everything will be clean, the traffic and everything is going to be unique. That's very important. And 90% of those accounts have been shadow banned. Though some are getting few results, but I'm telling you, there are a lot of shadow banned accounts recently. It is only those that have reached level 2 that I can still say they are not, like, the Fiverr might not really, the system might not really serious with them. But I've seen someone who is in level 2 and is solving like a new seller. I'm telling you, because it's already shadow banned, no traffic again. They don't favor the gig. And also, you know that Fiverr also promote accounts secretly. Yes, they promote accounts, not even on their website. They promote all those top-rated sellers accounts. They promote them on some private blog page. They do that. And even before they do that for new sellers account too, they do that too. And also the algorithm is programmed in a way that it favors new seller. But once you create this account without all the shadow ban or no shadow ban, when the account there's no shadow ban on it, if it's a new account, the impression must be going. There's nothing like going up and coming down. Everything is supposed to be unique. Everything is supposed to be perfectly okay. But because of shadow ban, they already know that you are not who, or you are not what you claim to be. You are not what you claim to be. They don't know. They don't trust that account, and they cannot just put banning, like, you know, if they continue putting banning, you guys will go to social media pages and started ranting like, yeah, Fiverr is blocking, it's blocking. That's why they are using the juice. Okay, don't worry, be coming. Shebi, you know all the strategy. You are very good with all those strategy. There's no problem with that. Be coming. When you are done, we know how to deal with you. We know how to deal with people like you. Don't worry. You will just be on that platform like you are not there. And even if there is a means, we discover that you are still using some special means of, you know, you are using some means whereby you want to be expert. You want to be this, you want to be that. We are going to bring verification. After verification, we are going to flag. If you escape that, if you escape verification, don't worry. Temporary disable is on the way. Withdrawal disabled. That's just it. Because what will Fiverr tell you? Fiverr support will tell you location inconsistency, of which some people, you don't even have issues of that. You are very consistent with location. The problem is not from there. The problem is from that by the algorithm, which I call shadow ban. Algorithm limitation. That is why you are facing such problems. That's why you are really facing such big problem, big time. So guys, let's stay tuned. This one is just saying just a moment, and this is just a moment. Always take time. You have to wait patiently too. You wait patiently. And why won't you wait? You must wait, because you wait for many things. When you want to withdraw, you wait for it. When you want to do this, you wait for it. When you want to do that, you wait for it. So why don't you want to just wait a moment, guys? Just wait a moment, and we are going to get things done. So we have like 3 steps that I need to explain to you guys now. Guest additions, that's number 1, and number 2 is going to be snapshots, and number 3 that is going to be how you are going to connect that second SIM while you still connect your real PC. When you connect your real PC to the hotspot, you connect your real PC, the real PC, you connect it to the you connect your real PC to the hotspot of your phone. As usual, that PC that is already connected, you connect it with your, and also the new SIM that I said you should buy, put it in another phone or into Wi-Fi. You are going to connect it to the virtual machine, because the ISP of that contaminated IP, shadow band IP rather, must not reflect on the new account you want to create. And you know that this classes is for 2 people that are already shadow banned, that I told go and pause this, go and change this, we are coming back to that. And people that want to create account afresh. For you to create account afresh, you follow this strategy. Let's start. This is United States. We are already choosing United States for everything. So if you are shadow banned before, yeah, it works. The strategy also works. You will see a lot of changes. But if you want to create an account from afresh, just make sure that you follow this strategy before you create any account as from this moment. You know what I did there? I skipped the custom keyboard layout and I choose US keyboard, because mostly we are using US keyboard. If you choose Turkey keyboard, don't worry. You are going to see a lot of Arabic and the like. Some keyword, instead of keyword, QWERTY, some are QWERTZ. Yes, there are a lot of keywords. There are a lot of keyboard, not just all this common one, guys. Not all this common one. So I will soon be done. We are going to be done soon. I want everything to stay under 1 hour. Yeah, everything should stay under 1 hour, because you guys, even video of 10 hours, I don't know you people, they watch them under 3 minutes. YouTube will just tell me 4,000, 3,000 people watch a video under 5 minutes. I will just be like, how come? How are you doing that? But they say you are fast and furious. You guys, you belong to fast and So you belong to Fast and Furious family. So we have to wait too. After this step, everything is set up. Everything's set up already. We don't really have problems again, There's no much problems again for us. There's no more problem again. I want you to believe that. So it's already setting up. So let's wait for it, guys. Let's wait. I don't want to pause it so that you will not miss any step, because some people, they are not technical. They are not really technical in nature, especially when it comes to setting up things, configuring things. They are not good at that, but they can date 20 people, 30 people at the same time. No, I'm not talking to you. So it's telling you to sit back and relax while we work our magic. And they tell you don't turn off your device. Make sure whenever you want to do this thing, make sure you are setting up. Make sure you set up. You are setting up. You are charging. Yes. Make sure you are charging your PC, because I know that some people's PC under 1 hour, it is rest in peace. So guys, It's still saying we are still working. You know they are still working. Yeah. So leave them. Let them be working. Don't turn off your device. So I'm not going to turn off the device. So don't worry about that. Just don't worry. Make sure you are following it step by step. Step by step. Step by step. So guys, there are still certain things up, Still certain things up. That's just it. So thanks for your guys. We are still working. Let's wait for what they are going to show. So we are still waiting. Still setting things up. We are still working. Don't turn off your device. Don't forget that. So guys, setting for personal use. That's the next step. We click here. We are setting for personal use. So just a moment again. Yeah, we are waiting. We are waiting for that. We are waiting, guys. So just a moment. We are still waiting. We are waiting for the next step, guys. I want you to stay tuned. Now, so now it's not asking us the name. So any name, you can name it anything. But for me, let me use this. Let me use this too. So the password. Let me use my password. I'm setting my password. Again, I'm confirming the password. Now, security question can be anything, So I'm using this. I'm going with this. Your first pet name. City you are born. Let me just put this. Ibadan is okay. So, and also, which city your parents met. I'm okay with this too. So we go with next. We are waiting for the next step, guys. Let's wait. So guys, now choose privacy setting for your devices. Now here, location, I don't want any location. I don't want diagnostic data. You off it. And here too, I don't want to find my device. And advertising ID, you don't really need that too. So let's click on accept. Yeah, we click on accept. Yeah. Now they are asking us, let's customize. We don't need all these things. So we have to skip them. So not now. You don't need Cortana. All you need it for is not for that luxury. Cortana, you just ask him things, you get it done. You don't really need that. You know that. I want you to get that. So we are getting everything ready for you. Your window is getting activated. Now I want to tell you something. It is not possible for you to copy things. Let's say from Canva now, and I copy it here. It's not going to go. And you cannot drag things from here to here, from your normal PC to here. It's not going to go. Why? It's because of it remain the next step, which is called guest additions. That is where we are going now. Guest addition. That is where we are going now. After this setup, I want you to understand that clearly. Now you can see that everything is set up. I like it like this. I love it. But I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something, guys. You know, I said you cannot copy things from a normal PC to here. You cannot drag things from normal PC to here. It is not possible. That's why I need to set up something. It is called guest additions. We want to install it. So first thing we need to do is that look up here. We click on devices here. And on these devices, you click on insert guest addition CD images. Click on it. Immediately you click on it, you now come to this file explorer here. You have your file explorer. Now, why do we install these guest additions is that for full screen resolution, let's say we want this screen to be full, and if we want to copy paste from our virtual machine and from real PC, we want to copy paste from real PC to virtual machine, from virtual machine to real PC, and also better mouse integration, our mouse, so that everything can be effective. And also if you want to drag and drop files too, that is why we need guest additions. Now this is what we now need to do here. Now we have already on these devices, we have already clicked inside the guest additions. Now we now need to come to file explorer on this virtual machine. We already click on it, opening this. You now click on this PC. That is what you need to click on. You see something here now, CD drive virtual box. You see something, virtual box guest addition. You double click it too. Now upon double clicking it, you now look for this thing called VBox addition. You see it here, the first one without AMD 64 and this 86, but the ordinary one here. You double click it like this. Immediately you double click it like this. We are trying to install it. After the installation, that is when our full screen mode can work effectively. So we click on yes. And that's when we can drag and drop. We click on next here, install. We are installing everything here. So once it is installed successfully, that is when we can do all those things. Now I now want to talk about this thing for you guys. After the installation, I want to talk about screen resolution. Now for the screen resolution, if we want everything to be full here like this, now we press Ctrl F. Now for us to now press this Ctrl F, the fact is that Ctrl F, on your keyboard, we have two control, one on the left, one on the right. The one on the right is the one that we are going to use. Is the control that we are going to use, not the one on the left. The one on the right, another name we call it is called host control. The one on the right, we call it host control. That is the one that can work for the it's the one that can work for the virtual machine. Is the one that can work for the virtual machine. But for the left one is the one that you can use on your real PC generally, And also if you check your PC very well, you will see that you have two shifts. The one on the left can be used for shift function lock too. Normal shift. Maybe you want to change from small letter to capital letter. And the one on the right is the one you can use for printing screen. I believe you understand new things. Let's say you want to do screenshot, you use the right shift with other function keys. Now, this is now what we now want to do here, guys. Now, we have already installed this now. So, if we want to do the full screen mode, if we want to do the full screen mode, we can press Ctrl F. We can press Ctrl F about that, and everything is going to work well. Everything is going to do well. So this is our window now. So I press my password. So I press enter. Immediately I press enter, you see everything is everything is working well. Now let's enter the window. I want to show you something before we proceed. On this window, we want to download Brave, and we want to install all the essential extension. Now, this is what we need to do here now. If you check the view here, you can see that we are on seamless mode. Seamless mode. Let's say we want full screen like this. This is the view. If you want full screen, that is Control F for full screen. If we want this mode like this, that is Control L, and we have Control C. So for Control F, you just press the control and the right key, Control F. You can see now it's telling us like the virtual machine will now be switched to full mode, So you see everything is now on full screen here. You can see like when I make everything like this now, it's not as that. You see, like it is not immediately that everything changed. I want you to understand something. That is the work of processor and the gig RAM. If your PC gig is too low, if everything is too low, you are going to have a problem. You are going to have a problem because if it is too low, switching like this, doing something like this now, is not going to be so fast. Yeah, it's not going to be so fast. Now, I want to download our Brave. Let's say you want to create a new account. I'm downloading the Brave now. Now, you need to download something as default, because let's say later, maybe something happens to that account. It may not even be anything. Anything might not happen to that account. But let's say you want to have another virtual machine, maybe for another account. Are you getting it? Like maybe you want to have another account on that PC. Instead of you to go and start from where we start setup, settings, adding Windows 10, after that reaching this level, downloading Brave, this and that. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is that you are going to restore a snapshot. We are moving to that now. So what you need to do now is that go to download Brave. Me, I'm used to Brave. You can use your Chrome. So download Brave now. You want to download this Brave browser. And after downloading the Brave browser, that's when I can add all the extensions. So if the network is good now, I will make sure I do everything for you. But if the network is not as that good, we are going to, I will describe everything for you. Now you download the Brave. You now add all those extensions. WebArcTC Control, R for rat. WebArcTC Control. Are you getting it, guys, now? So you now say download it directly from your Get Brave from Windows. Yeah. So we are downloading this. And on this virtual machine, things always fast. Even connection, everything always fast. Now, so guys, WebArcTC Control, you download it. Ghost extension, you download it. uBlock Origin extension, you download it. And you download Location Guard. Location Guard extension too. You make sure you download it too. So and your proxy manager, I'm used to IP Royal, I'm used to that. IP Royal, I'm used to that. So this is what you need to do. Now, installing this. Now, after installing this, when you now add all those extensions, you do this, you do that. Let's say later you want another virtual machine. You won't bother at all to start from scratch. You will just clone this with all these things. But before you create that snapshot, don't add the proxy manager so that you not forget. Because if you add the proxy manager, that proxy, you will add the proxy manager, but don't include proxy into it. Don't add the proxy into it before you create the snapshot, because by doing so, you may forget. And if you forget that you have done that, maybe you now clone it. You will clone it with that proxy manager, and there will be a problem. Or you can also do that. You will just know that immediately I clone the virtual machine. I want to work on it. The next thing I need to do is for me to what? Go and change my proxy manager. You need to put that at the back of your mind. You need to do that. I'm trying to wait because it's showing 36 minutes, 39 minutes. It's because the network is not really good. If it persists like that, that simply means I'm going to skip that. Just know that after installing this Brave or Chrome, you had the following extension: Webpack TC Control, Ghost Tree, uBlock, Location Guard, and your Proxy Manager. On your Location Guard, when you add the extension, make sure you click on the Location Guard, click on Options, and delete fake location caching. Make sure you do that. You delete that too, and everything is going to work perfectly. Now, for this one now, you can see here that everything is set, everything is okay, everything is good. So let me go and teach you how to create a snapshot. So I don't want to take our time. Now, for us to create a snapshot now, this machine, we can shut it down. The first thing we need to do is that we shut it down. Let's say on our Brave, we have already downloaded the Brave. We have integrated the extension. Everything is there. We have set everything up. On the Location Guard, we have delete clear. We have delete fake location cache. All the extension is there. IP manager, our IP manager is there. Though we have not add our real proxy to that proxy IP manager. Just leave everything there like that. Now, the first thing you need to do is that you need to close this. You can see now it's saying downloading 3 hours, 2 hours. Who's going to wait for that? Let me close this. Let me cancel the installation like that. And what I will do now is that I cannot see the top, I cannot see everywhere. Just move your mouse down here, or you press that Control F, but it's going to be right Control key F. You can see now this is Control F. Now let me now shut this down. I will shut this down. So power off the machine. Okay, immediately I power off the machine. Now on this hamburger here, something that look like menu or hamburger, what do you call it? You right click on it, not on this, not on this power off. If you right click, that means you want to do settings, you want to clone, you want to do this, you want to do that. But from here, you now right click here on this 3 icon, or you click on that 3 icon, click on it, click on that 3 icon. You now click on snapshot. Immediately you click on snapshot, you now click on take. Why? Let me now explain. What it does is that this virtual machine, all the software you install, all the extension you put on that Brave, is going to be like from the word snapshot. When it's going to be like, let's say something happened, maybe there is a crash on the virtual machine, or let's say you do something, you don't know what to do, you can't undo. Let me use the example. Or you want to have another virtual machine. Instead of you to go and start from scratch, it's going to take you a lot of time. Yes. Or you want to have like 3 accounts. Instead of you to start everything from scratch now, you just go to snapshot. Now, my snapshot, I can put after all extensions. So what I'm saying is that after all browsers, everything, that is when I create this snapshot. So after I download Brave and install all the extension. Now, I've not add the extension. I'm just using this as practical, but for you make sure you do that. If I create the snapshot now and I now add all those extensions later, let's say the day I need that snapshot, I want the snapshot, I want to have the snapshot again, just know that the extension won't come with it, as for me, but not for you. So I now click on OK. So you can see now that I've created this snapshot. The snapshot is already created. Now, let us say maybe on my virtual machine, I don't know what I press, on that window. Maybe I just do one rubbish things and I don't know what to do. I just come back here now on this snapshot here. I will just click on this after all extension here. I click on restore. Immediately I click on restore. It's going to restore everything back to the exact snapshot that I created. Yes, it's going to return everything back. Unless I want to clone this snapshot now, I just click on clone like this, I clone it, full clone, and I can now use everything back. That is about the snapshot. We don't have problem with snapshot. Now, I want to tell you guys something about this snapshot. The next one we need to understand is that, I said you should get another SIM, put it in another phone. The hotspot, maybe in your office, the Wi-Fi hotspot you are using, it's already contaminated because it is already registered. It is shadow banned already. And I said, get a new SIM because your source of connections, the IP, the ISP IP is going to be new. For a new SIM, it is unregistered with Fiverr. Everything is what? Everything is new. Now, this is not what you really need to do. This is what you really need to do, guys. Now, you put it in a Wi-Fi, maybe in a Wi-Fi, or you put it in a Wi-Fi, or you put it in a second phone. Not one phone, no, another phone. Why? There's no way you can connect two things together. You can on hotspot connection for two things, or you use even if you want to set up your data SIM, you will just click on SIM 1 or SIM 2. It is not possible for you to allocate SIM 1 for one connection and allocate SIM 2 for another. It's not possible. That's why you need another phone. That's why it is, with this strategy, it is 100% effective, and you can't be having like 3 accounts because the stress will be much. Now, this is what you need to do on your machine here. So click on details here now. On your machine here, I want you to understand everything very well. Your second phone or your second Wi-Fi, you can buy all this empty or glue Wi-Fi of 12,000, 10,000. You now click on settings like this. Immediately you click on settings, you go to network. After audio here, you go to network here. Now, I want to explain something to you, because for me, I did not connect it, and this is how you do it. On your PC, you see a port for your cable. You insert cable to your PC, and you insert another one to your port, your phone port, charging port, or what do you call it? You know that it always show you guys something. Do you want it to read file manager? Do you want it for charging? If it shows, do you want it for hotspot connection? You are lucky. Just click on that hotspot connection. But if it doesn't show it, go to your settings on your phone. Make sure you go to your settings on your phone. When you go to your settings, on your phone, go to where you see hotspot and connection, maybe hotspot and connection. Click on it. You will see something called, since you have already connected the cable, you will see something called USB tethering. On it, activate it. When you now click on it like that, now coming back here, you will now come back here on network here. You now click on, you send 80, you change everything to bridge adapter. You change it to bridge adapter. When you now change it to bridge adapter, on the name here, because I did not connect it, so it's not going to show. But as for you, on the name here, this is what I want you guys to understand though. As for you, on the name here, you know that my own show 1, it is because I did not connect the cable and connection. But for you that you connect it, you will see this thing called integral band wireless AC. And second one will be remote NDIS based internet sharing device. Remote NDIS, and that remote NDIS is what you will click. So it will not be this Intel ARG. The reason this one show Intel ARG is because I did not connect the USB tethering. Now, immediately you do that, you click on OK here. Now I want to tell you guys about promiscuous mode. For some people, maybe after still doing that, your virtual machine, the window 10 on your, you go and run your virtual machine and you notice that it is not connecting. It is not connecting. How do you know that it is connected? You know, the cable, you will not disconnect the cable because you are using it for tethering. Once the data is on that SIM and the SIM is okay, it's supposed to connect. But when you now later see that after doing all this, it doesn't connect, you click on promiscuous mode again. You now choose allow all. After choosing allow all, after choosing allow all, you now click on OK. My own is deny, but it always works. Even with deny, it will work. But let's assume it doesn't work. Instead of you to be stressing yourself, running up and down now. So this is what you really need. And after doing that, you click on OK. Everything will be activated. But let me return this back to NAT again. That NAT is for my hotspot connection. So if you don't do that, if you don't do this, I want you to understand something that by default, this virtual machine is going to be using the hotspot connection of your normal PC. This PC is already connected to the internet. The virtual machine will be using it, except you go to settings network and you change it to bridge connection and you choose that, you click on that remote NDIS and you can change the promiscuous mode to allow all or leave it at deny if it connects. But if you don't do that, that same ISP that is already contaminated is the one that will show when you are creating that Fiverr account. Shadowban will still repeat itself. Now, let's go and run our connection. I want to talk to you guys about those people that are already shadowban. Like, in the first video, I already explained, but some people that are already shadowban, like, you are still having a lot of problems, no impression, you already know you are shadowban. Here's the solution. On the first video, I told you guys, pause this, pause that, do this, do that, pause this gig. On your settings, change your security question if you are able to do that. Even change the phone number, change everything, the skills category, every category about the account, change it. Now, you already changed it to something else. You have already created your virtual machine. The Brave is there. You have installed those extensions. You have installed your IPR proxy manager. Now, this is what you need to do. When you log in the account, immediately, all the gig is already paused. When you now log in the account, you go to settings straight. On that setting, under security, it always shows where you have logged your account. You have logged your account, it always shows sign out. You just click on sign out, like where you have already logged in your account. Firstly, sign out. The name has already been changed before. The name is already changed. On that video, I said, make sure you already change the, on that first video, make sure you change the name. All those ones are not added. Security question, everything is already changed. Now, this is now what you need to do, guys. This is what you really need to do. Let me log in this. Let me log in this now. This is what you now need to do. You make sure your gig category, is a marketing before. You change it because on that video I said you should change it. Now, by logging into the virtual machine, you now need to look for a niche that is related. Don't worry. If you cannot find, your niche was Shopify marketing before, you change it on the profile to something else. And now you want to change it back, but you will not change it to digital marketing again. You want to change it to another thing. If you can find something that's related, the categories that is related, do that. If you can add the skills that is related, if it is not, leave it like that. On that gig that you pause for 4 days, this is what you need to do. You have already paused those gigs. I mean, not 4 days. You have already paused the 4 gig, and you wait for 24 hours. Let's say you want to take the step today. You pause the gig now. You can deploy your virtual machine. You can launch it, and after 24 hours tomorrow. Now, you activate the 4 gig. This is now what you need to do. On the gig one, you need to search for niche. Let me check something here. On the gig one, let's say, let me come here. Let's say I come to fiverr.com here. I want to show you something. On your gig one, If that gig, your first gig, maybe what you put there, I will do Shopify marketing, that is what you do there. You will now look for keyword that is related to that Shopify marketing, but with a lot of top-rated sellers. After doing a lot of research on that, even if you search for Shopify marketing, you will not see top-rated seller there. Shopify promotion, you will not see top-rated seller there. But if you search for Shopify store, you will see Shopify top-rated there. Let's say I search for Shopify marketing, you will notice that there is no top-rated sellers there. You will notice that now. You won't see any top-rated seller. Now you now need to look for something that is closely related. One of the keyword is there. I want you to get that. One of the keyword is there, and there is a lot of top-rated. So for Shopify store, there is a lot of top-rated seller there. Now, on the first page, you start from first page. That is where you start from. And when you start from the first page, I don't know the problem of this one. It's coming back. Let me look for another one here. Let's try this one here now. Good. Let's say Shopify marketing here on the first page. Because not all of you will have access to be asking me question, asking me this, asking me that. Not everyone is going to have the access. Now, you see this Shopify marketing here. This first one, don't go there. It is for adverts. You don't need them. And now, if you check out this first page now, there's no top-rated. I've already. I just want to confirm it for you guys. You cannot find top-rated seller there. You cannot. So this is what you really need to do. You now need to go for Shopify store. Same thing in your niche. If it's about content writing, let's say you don't find it for, you will find top-rated sellers there. Let's say for TikTok video UGC, and you are selling TikTok video UGC, you cannot find any top-rated. So instead of disturbing yourself, you just search for maybe product video, Amazon video animation. Just make sure you do something like that. And for this one now, you just click on Shopify store. You can see here, for this Shopify store, there are a lot of, on gig 1, we are talking about gig 1, and you make sure you work on those 4 gig. You work on those 4 gig. Are you getting it? You make sure you work on those 4 gig on that day. Not like you do one, you rest, because you are going to work for 10 days on those accounts, on those gig. Now, this is now what you need to do about them now. So, on the first page for Shopify store, the first top-rated seller you see there. Let's check for Shopify. Let's check for Shopify store design. It's the same thing. So, on the first page, after the add line, I told you guys about add lines. I told you where they put add on. I don't know the problem of these people. I don't know. We can't find any service related. Okay. Let's generate a beef. So, just leave them. I don't know what is happening to them. Now, on that first line, that first line, you don't really need to worry about first line. But following by second line, the first top-rated seller you see there, you copy the title, you copy the description, you copy the tag, you copy the FAQ. The only thing you cannot copy is the gig image and the requirements. You cannot access their requirements. For the first top-rated seller, you change everything. You change everything on day 1 after that 24 hours. After that 24 hours, you change it. You activate the gig. On the second gig too, I don't know what you might put there. Maybe you put Facebook ad. Facebook ad. You go and search for Facebook ad. The first top-rated seller. If the Facebook ad is not related, you can go with social media or ad. But on Facebook ad, you will see top-rated seller there. The first top-rated seller you see, you copy everything like that for that 4 gig. And also, this is what you also need to do. Let me on this back again. Let me on this back again. That VPN. And second day, you search for those keywords again. For the first gig, the first top-rated seller you see, you have copied it. Second day, the second top-rated seller, either on the same line or on another line, you do same thing. Those second gig too, you look for their own too. Third gig, fourth gig, and also third day, fourth day, fifth day, same thing. Sixth day, seventh day, eighth day, ninth day, 10 days. Once it reach 10 days, good. You resort back to normal gig, but the title will not be the first title that is shadow banned. You know, the title that you post, then it will not be you. So you can try something new with that. You can tweak it. You can try something new with that, and also you can try something new with that on second gig too, on third gig too, on fourth gig too. You try something new. Everything is going to be 100%. The impression, the shadow ban will be 100% removed. I want you to try that and come and give me feedback. And also, we have a mentorship class, guys. You know, our mentorship class, we train people, we discuss a lot, we drop some. Even this update is a top update of premium class, but we want it to be free so that you guys can be benefiting from that too. And also, don't forget about the brand I told you, the exchange platform. They are doing well. They are wonderful. Love you guys. Love everyone. Our Telegram channel is there. You know, our Telegram channel. Come to our Telegram channel. You have access to updates. You learn new things from time to time. Love you so much. Meeting you another day. Don't forget that you use this virtual machine starting from today. You start using this virtual machine for your account creation, everything about your account creation, and the existing account that has been shadow banned. Apply the strategy. Love you all.